From this lecture, we are discussing about the electrical motors and transformers. The first unit is Introduction to the electrical motors. In this unit, we are discussing about the construction and working of DC machine, AC machine and special machines. For this, we are firstly discussing about what is the motor. An electrical motor is defined as the motor which converts electrical energy to the mechanical energy is called as electrical motors. This will operate on the principle of and the current of the motor. From this figure we are able to see that whenever we supply any source to the motor, then it will convert this force into a mechanical load or mechanical energy. This is how electrical motor works. While talking about the electrical generator converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy by using synchronous generators. The electrical motors are mainly classified as AC motors, DC motors and special motors. These are further classified as DC motor, as DC series motor, DC shunt motor and compound motors, and AC motors are further classified as induction motor and synchronous motor. In induction motor, there are mainly two parts, that is three-phase induction motor and single-phase induction motor. The special motors are also further classified as stepper motor, universal motors and servo motors. According to the various applications, we can use the different motors. Firstly, we are discussing about the DC machines. DC machines are mainly of two types, DC generators and DC motors. The DC generator converts mechanical energy into the electrical energy, whereas DC motor converts electrical energy to the mechanical energy. Electrical motors or DC motors accepts the energy from the DC source and convert it into a mechanical energy at its output. There are mainly two types of winding in DC machine. First one is field winding and second is armature winding. The field winding is placed on the stator and armature winding is placed on the rotor, so that the field winding is stationary in nature and the armature winding is rotating in nature. To rotate the armature winding freely, it is mounted on the shaft. The construction of DC generator and DC motor is shown here. The construction of both the motor are same. In DC generator, the mechanical output from the prime mover is given to the DC generator and DC generator converts mechanical input to the electrical output. And similarly, electrical motors are supplied by the electrical input and it will convert this electrical input to the mechanical output, and the mechanical output is now connected to the mechanical loads. The operating principle of DC motor can be defined as whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. From this definition, in DC motor, the current carrying conductors are armature conductors which are rotating in nature, and the stationary conductor, which are field windings, are able to connect the magnetic flux so that the force will be created at the output of the motor. From this table, we are able to understand that where is the field winding is connected and armature winding is connected. As the field winding is stationary, it is connected to the external of DC supply so that it can produce the magnetic field between the stator and the rotor, and the armature winding, which is rotating in nature, is connected to the external DC supply. Armature rotates in a magnetic field to produce the mechanical power at the output. If we want to clear the concept of current carrying conductor which is placed in the magnetic field to develop a force, we have to understand different sequence of the events. This concept is very important to understand the basic principle of the DC motors. For this, we are going to learn about The force experienced by the current carrying conductor when it is placed in the magnetic field. The sequence of the events are as follow. First one is the development of individual field. Second is interaction of two individual magnetic fields, and third one is the force exerted on the conductor. Firstly, consider this is the conductor which is placed in the magnetic field. The magnetic field is produced by these two permanent magnets with pole N and S. Let's consider the current flowing through this conductor is at outside. It is toward us. As the current from the conductor is coming out, the magnetic field is in anti-clockwise direction according to the thumb rule. Due to this, the field produced by the conductor is in anti-clockwise direction. This is all about the development of the individual fields. While talking about the interaction of two magnetic fields, means the first magnetic field which is produced by these permanent magnets from N to S, and the second magnetic field which is individual in nature, which is in anti-clockwise in direction, as we discussed earlier. As the flux line which is produced by the magnet and the flux line which is present in the around the conductor are in opposite in direction. Due to this, the flux weakening and flux strengthening is happening in this case. The third sequence is force exerted on the conductor. This case also gives us the weakening of the flux and the strengthening of the flux. Hence, the mechanical force is exerted on the conductor from the high flux line to the low flux line, as shown in the figure. While talking about the construction of the DC motor looks like this. The outer part of DC motor is called as yoke. Yoke of DC motor is acts as a cover to the DC motor. It is also called as frame. Yoke provides protection to the rotating and other parts of the machine from moisture and dust and dirt. Yoke is made up of cast iron, silicon steel and rolled steel. These are the poles of the DC motors, and the extended part of the pole is called as pole shoe. The pole of the DC machine is an electromagnet. The field winding is placed on this pole. This pole produces the magnetic flux when the field winding is excited. The pole is also made up of cast steel or cast iron. The next part is these field windings, which are denoted by F1 and F2. The coils which wound on the pole is called as field coils. The field coils are connected in series with each other to form a field winding. Field winding is also called as exciting winding. The material used for the field is of copper. The center part of the motor is called as armature core. Armature core is a cylindrical drum which is mounted on the shaft. Armature core also provides with large number of slots. Armature conductors are placed in these slots. The material used for the armature core is of high permeability, low reluctance, such as cast steel and cast iron. The armature core is constructed using the laminations so as it is able to minimize the eddy current loss. Next part of the DC motor is armature winding. Armature winding is placed on the armature core. This winding is placed in these slots. Armature conductors are made up of copper. These armature conductors are interconnected to form the armature winding. These laminations are called as the armature tooth. Next part of the DC motor is commutators. The commutators are used to convert the alternating EMF to the DC voltage. Means it converts the AC to the DC. Commutators are in cylindrical drum mounted on a shaft. Commutator is made up of large number of segments of hard drawn copper. The segments are isolated from each other. The commutator is made up of copper and the insulation which is provided to the commutator is of mica. The next part in the DC motor is brushes. Brushes are mounted on the commutator. The main function of the brush is to collect the current from the commutator and apply it to the external load. Brushes are made up of carbons or graphite. They are in the rectangular shape. This is all about the DC motors. In next lecture we are discussing about the AC motors, that is induction motors and synchronous motor.